For like a decade, we've all been playing the same game, SEO. But AI has just ripped up the rulebook. The entire way we get found online, it's changing like right now. So today, we're going to dive into the brand new playbook. It's all built on these 3 new pillars that are taking over from old school search optimization.
And let's be super clear about this. The strategies that got you to the top of Google, the ones you've been using for years, they're just not going to cut it anymore. Seriously, the game has completely changed.
Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? If the old rules are out the window, how on earth do you win in this new world of AI answers?
All right, to figure that out, we've got to get a handle on the new landscape. And honestly, it's a bit of a mess. It's fragmented, it's confusing, and it's run by a totally new breed of search engine.
Yeah, it's not just about good old Google anymore, is it? Now you've got to worry about showing up in Google's AI overviews, and ChatGPT, and Perplexity, and Bing Copilot. The list just keeps growing. And here's the kicker. Each one plays by its own rules. That's a massive headache if you're just trying to get noticed.
So, how do you deal with all that complexity? Well, there's a new way to think about it. It's a new strategic playbook built on 3 core ideas, 3 pillars of optimization that all work together. First up is AEO, which stands for Answer Engine Optimization. This one's all about being the direct answer. The goal is super simple. When someone asks a question, you want your content to be what the AI spits back out in a summary, a featured snippet, or a voice reply. It's all about getting straight to the point.
Okay, but just being the quick answer? That's only part of the puzzle. The next pillar is GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. This one goes a little deeper. The goal here isn't just to be the answer, it's to be credited as the source of the answer. You want the AI to say, hey, I got this information from you. It's about being the authority the AI trusts and cites.
And holding all of this up is the third and final pillar, LMLO, or Large Language Model Optimization. You can think of this as the bedrock, the absolute foundation for everything else. LMLO is all about structuring your content so that basically any AI, any large language model, can read it, understand it, and, most importantly, trust it. You're building credibility directly with the machine. And this is where it all clicks into place. Look at how they break down. AEO, that's for things like Google's AI overviews, and you're going to use tactics like schema and structured data. Then you have GEO, which is all about conversational platforms like ChatGPT, where you use things like topic clusters. And finally, LLMO is that universal piece. It's the foundation for all AI, using things like solid fact-checking and a logical structure. See, they're not fighting each other. They're all part of the same team. All right, so that's the theory. But how does this stuff actually work in practice? Let's break down how this playbook looks for different industries, because a one-size-fits-all approach just won't work here.
So if you're in e-commerce, your #1 priority is structured data. I'm talking product schema, review schema, super detailed FAQs, the whole shebang. Your game plan is to use GEO to get your products mentioned in AI chats about shopping, and then use AEO to grab all those voice searches like, hey, where can I find the best running shoes?
Now for B2B or SaaS, it's a completely different ballgame. It's all about being the expert. So you need to prioritize thought leadership. Those really deep, comprehensive guides and Q&A clusters. The real trick is using LMO to make sure your complex content is crystal clear to the AI, and then using GEO so that platforms like Perplexity summarize your analysis, not your competitors.
And what if you're a publisher or in media? For you, it's a race. It's all about speed and the right format. You've got to write headlines that are perfect for getting pulled into snippets, and you have to be able to update facts in a flash. The main play here is using ASEO to dominate Google's AI overviews, and GEO to make sure not just your articles, but your videos and podcasts get pulled into the mix too.
Okay, so how do you actually do all this? It's basically a 5-step workflow. Step 1, figure out where you stand right now. Do a full audit of your AI presence. Step 2, start creating content that works for both your human audience and for the AI readers. Step 3, get technical. Implement things like schema. Step 4 is crucial. Build your brand's authority on the platforms that AI engines already trust and source from. And finally, step 5, and you can't skip this, is to constantly, and I mean constantly, monitor what's happening and adapt your strategy.
Right, but all of this hard work is pointless if you can't prove it's actually paying off. So how do you measure success? I'll tell you one thing. The old metrics just don't work anymore in this new AI-driven world.
You've got to stop obsessing over just clicks and rankings.
The new metrics, the ones that really matter, are things like your zero-click share of voice. Basically, how often are you the final answer? Then there's your AI citation rate. How often do AI engines point to you as the source? And even sentiment scores. What's the vibe the AI is giving off when it talks about your brand?
And when you start tracking this, the results can be absolutely mind-blowing. One case study, for instance, saw a 2.3x jump in their zero-click share of voice after putting a hybrid strategy in place. Just think about that. They were showing up as the direct answer more than double the amount of time. That's huge.
This chart really drives the point home. The same company started with basically no one citing them in AI summaries, a big, fat zero. But after just 6 months of optimizing their content for AI, their citation rate on platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity shot up from nothing to 27%. That is a massive leap.
And here's the best part. This is where it really matters. This wasn't just some vanity metric to feel good about. That huge jump in AI visibility led directly to a 24% increase in actual demo requests. We're talking real business results here.
Okay, let's wrap this up. I want to pull everything we've talked about into a final, clear action plan so you can go out and win in this new search world.
So here's the bottom line, your 2025 recommendations. First, don't try to pick just one. You have to master all 3 of these disciplines. Second, you have to make continuous monitoring part of your weekly routine. Third, tailor your tactics to your specific business sector. Fourth, be ready to adapt and change things up every single month. And finally, embrace the fact that each AI engine is a little different and needs its own specific tactics. This is not a set-it-and-forget-it game anymore.
And that brings us to one last, really important question I want you to walk away with. Forget about keywords and backlinks for just a second. The real question you need to ask yourself is this: is your content speaking the language that AI actually understands? Because as we head into 2025 and beyond, that might be the only language that truly matters.